You're gonna do one more? What? What?
Yeah, it's probably my last one.
What?
Yeah, so when it's 3 players, it's so fast.
What?
Ah. Is this what I wanted? Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. What am I thinking? Don't overthink it.
Ooh.
Oh wow, Frank's gonna have a great time with this game.
Someone is.
And there's so much wheat and sheep out there. Yeah, 6-5-11, 6-5-12. Another one.
Oh, and you get what you want, and I get blocked. Sucks.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that's
That's what happens.
Oh, it's my turn.
Sucks.
I think we're gonna have to solo block that 6.
You know what? Just for saying that.
I didn't really go wrong. Damn it. Alright. 7, please. Gosh. Oh. 7. It's bad.
Anyone have wood for trade?
No. Oh my god, come on. 7, please. Wow.
Oh, I hate death cards.
Oh, wow.
Hate-
I was being serious about someone blocking that 6. It's insane. Actually, at this point, it might be the 10. 7. Yeah, probably the 10 at this point.
8.
I didn't even rolled once, dude.
7. Block the 10. 10 or.
Why would I block the 10 or?
Why? Because that's his only source of ore?
It's also his only the 11 I guess is there too, but
What? What are you talking about, 11?
it's cheap.
You're on the sheet too. What do you mean?
His sheep, the 5.
Yeah, why would you block the 5? Because the block. Look, right now you and I gotta work together, Quan. I'm serious. I'm not even exaggerating.
How'd that work out last time?
Well, which time were you?
Well, it actually worked in Quan's favor that you.
Yeah, it worked. It worked out well for him. It gave both him and I a chance. Actually, we don't need to block that 5. The sheep is garbage.
I'll remember that for future games. Ooh,
Like that's why I said ahead of time, block the 6 solo. Like I literally said at the very beginning, or the 10. Right? I understand the 10 right now is totally fine as well, but it's a 6 or 10. It's like not even I don't think there's any.
how's Frank went down?
Like, these are okay.
I think I'm in this stage in my life where I have to make the mouse bigger.
The pointer.
Yeah. And then,
Very
like I'm very.
Fawn, you have wood or wheat?
Not for trade.
There's no. I mean, okay. Well, which one do you have?
I don't have to tell you.
Well, I'm willing to give you an offer. No, of course you don't have to tell me, but sometimes you say not for trade, and then I give you something compelling, and you trade it. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Sure, I have wheat.
So throw something
I
compelling.
mean, like, let's just at least try, right? I mean, maybe you're like, okay, maybe that's cool. Right.
What are you trying to do? With the city, maybe?
No, I'm trying to get a dev card. That's literally it. Oh, gosh, you see that, and then why did I even bother?
Yeah, that's on you, Billy.
No,
I
but
told you
like,
no to begin with.
what do you
I
mean?
told you no to begin
Block the
with.
city, so I thought you would trade. Like that would be.
I
the
did. I clicked it.
logical-
I didn't know how much
right?
time you had left. I did click yes.
You clicked yes.
I did.
No, I didn't see it. I don't.
It did. It was right before your turn ended, though.
Okay,
But I
do
did
you
click
have wheat or wood or both?
yes. I have both, but I don't know if I'm gonna trade either.
Okay. Let's just try.
2. Oh no, that doesn't do anything for me.
I can beat Frank to the spot if you
That's
trade.
nice.
Here.
No, I don't. I can't do anything with all that sheep. It doesn't mean anything for me.
Which one are you more willing to trade, wheat or wood?
If either wheat, but I'm really not inclined to trade the wheat either. I only have one, and I need it. So
So will you just trade wood then straight up right now?
no. I also need the wood.
Are you serious? You have it? Or are you just making me sweat?
With all the extra clicking, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know either, but
Depends on what that. Oh,
this is Game Quan. I mean, it's literally game.
You thought so the first game, and then Quan won.
I didn't see it was game then. So do you still think that you should have traded with me, Quan? Just at least results based. Do you think it matters that much or not?
my.
You gotta look
It
out for
was a-
yourself.
Yeah,
Lucky
and
that
it
I
was a
got there.
gamble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was lucky he got there, and it doesn't really benefit me to take cards I don't need to get you to. Granted, it puts Frank at a disadvantage, but it puts you at a pretty big advantage, though, too.
I wouldn't say it's
So-
a big advantage, right? Like I'm still
That's a-
struggling.
Yeah, but that's a
thing
lot
is
of ore.
now- But if you look at Frank's setup right now, right? You mean like he got the double 10 and he's gotten the 9 now.
Sure, but he got lucky to get there.
It's
Also,
not luck. He
you
has
also
the best-
gambled a bit
He
too,
has the best
building
number.
out that way without
He was
having the
gonna-
resources.
What are you saying, Frank?
You took a bit of a gamble too, trying to build out that way without guaranteeing that you had it too.
But
So.
I have to because, in my opinion, if I don't get it, you're at this point like 80% favored to win the game. But that's just how I see it, flat out. Like your setup is ridiculously strong, like 865 with the or you have everything. You have you have good numbers on every single resource. Like we can't fully block you. But this is my point. This is why at the beginning I was like, I'm willing to solo block.
Hmm.
Where did Quan get those freaking dev cards?
He's on the 9. So he's But you stole from him there?
Yeah, he has 7 points and two dev cards. He kind of snuck in. Like
Oh,
crazy.
sorry. You got longest road. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't see that you got longest road.
Yeah.
I don't have the sound turned on. That's why.
He yeah, I was very, very worried about you, and then all of a sudden I really don't know how he got there over
I thought
you.
I had an 80% chance of victory.
I thought so too. I sincerely thought so.
Billy might still be right. We'll see.
I mean, the 80% was maybe a bit high and exaggerated, possibly, but it was a very, very high amount.
I mean, I still think it's highly likely you take long throw back from me, Frank. So this switches very quickly.
It's possible. See.
And I'm gotten stolen
Gotta
thrown 3
do it.
times.
Just gotta do it.
So
I still have nothing. I only need a tree. And we have wheat.
Oh, I only have one resource right now.
Yeah, I have this built. Oh.
wow, really?
Sorry, bud.
One, two, three, four, 5 lost cards in the past like 7 rolls.
They have brick.
Nope.
Do not.
This is painful. Oh, pain.
Ooh, 5s are fantastic.
These are ridiculous. And now we're in very big trouble. I know it has brick. Might be over very soon. Wasting my time with these dead cards. All I can do.
Give me a freaking soldier. I just want one freaking soldier. Stupid development cards.
Okay.
Gosh.
So someone's got 8 points.
I just want a soldier. Give me a soldier. How hard is it? I don't know how many times my first dev card has been a victory point. It's so ridiculous how many times that happens. It's so useless.
Wait, so I'm confused. Why do you want a soldier just to get it off?
Because I want to do something. I can't do anything with these victory points. They just sit there and do nothing.
So you're
Until they
saying
kill
you have
me.
8. You're saying you have 8, is what you're saying.
I don't have 8. So stupid.
There we go. Wow, I wish I had a freaking
Port.
we have wheat. Quan, you have wheat?
No.
Oh, jeez. Use a card.
Gosh. Can't believe I pulled this out. Nope. Let's see.
Oh.
80% Quan.
Yeah.
80%
Yeah,
chance.
That was part of the 20%. That was part of the 20%. Rewind the tape.
Wow. No, not Rob. Rob doesn't deserve anything.
I mean, I gotta say, I think Quan got lucky here.
I did. I got very lucky. Both
Everyone
teams got
gets
very
lucky,
lucky.
dude. Everyone gets lucky.
Yeah, I know, but this is
That was not a game I should have won. I think really that's what Billy's saying.
huh?
I don't think that's a game I should have won.
You shouldn't
okay.
win any game.
I really don't think so
Sure,
either.
Frank.
And I really think that you're like, blocking the 5 was a big mistake. Um, I think there was another mistake. Can't
Not
remember.
giving you the cards you wanted. I needed that to get what I needed to do, though. That 3 from 1 was crucial for me.
No, I don't. I understand that, but I guess the thing is, sometimes you have to just prevent the jump. It's not like you're never gonna get it, right? Like, I think at that point, even when I'll go back to it. It's like I think Frank was so strong, and I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how you pull it off. I'm really confused.
Because it's called Settlers of Kwantan. That's why.
Like
Had
I
he
got
given away
again.
what he wanted, he wouldn't have won.
Probably that's probably
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. So I mean, I totally get why he didn't do it.
It would have prolonged the game, like you say, Billy. But my best chance of winning was not to make that trade. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, at the time I would have disagreed, but I mean,
In
at
hindsight,
least
it's-
results wise, you went out like, huh. Yeah, I'm still
confused.
yeah, I still am honestly. But yes, I drew a victory point as my first, and that was really bad.
It's annoying.
I mean,
I get that they're important at some point, but to have it be your first dev card is annoying.
Well, yeah. I mean, the dream is Road Builder or Year of Plenty, right? So maybe Monopoly, but you probably you don't tend to use that right away.
this is pathetic. I guess like like this is why I was a proponent of solo blocking, right? At least in from that standpoint, right? From a results-oriented standpoint, it doesn't make sense to block me too. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
But it doesn't matter. He won. He blocked you. He blocked both of us and still won. So
Yeah,
I
but
think at that time though, Billy, because there was no cities, he needed sheep still to do stuff, right? It's not like sheep was unimportant.
He needed wheat so much more than sheep. The 11
Maybe.
rolled so many times.
you know what though? Look at the dice distribution. Right? I think didn't 5s roll more than 6? Yeah, 6s weren't rolling in the early game anyway.
But you're not playing the results of that in the terms of the dice roll. You're playing the probability, but also the value of the resource, right? Because obviously, period, wheat is so much more valuable than sheep.
It normally would be, but the only difference in this game for him for wheat is to build. No, it's kind of the same.
Settlements and cities and dev cards.
No,
that's all.
Billy's point is right though too, right? Because he's simply saying wheat was more valuable. That's all.
Wheat's way more valuable. The reason why you block the sheep is because of me, and my point is Frank's setup was so good that shouldn't been the factor. The factor of his setup being so much better than mine should be the solo. That's why I said it before Frank even rolled, like literally before the force, right? Like it was, in my opinion, when you look at the setup, like he's got literally the best setup possible if you choose maybe any two spots.
But in that early of the game, why would I just completely ignore you? You
Yes,
getting
that's a good
sheep
point.
also, if you get dev cards, then you're attacking me as well, and that doesn't help me, right?
Yep. Agreed.
Wait, why would it be attacking? If I say solo block him, I'm looking to solo block him as well.
Maybe, but
Yeah,
people say that, and then
he's not
the
just
have
playing
shifted.
against me. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He's playing against you too.
And eventually, you started blocking me too, Billy. Once I got ahead.
Yeah,
So
because
I'm
you're
looking
at
to
9. I
win,
literally only did it because
Exactly.
you're at 7 plus 2.
which
So-
totally makes sense. And I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I'm just trying to limit getting blocked by anybody.
Yep. I agree with that.
I-
You're not wrong. You guys are just arguing two different things, right? Billy's correct. The sheep, the wheat is more valuable to me than the sheep is because it gives me more options.
This is
Right.
true.
But Quan was simply saying, why would I just block me when I could block both of you?
because the sheep
Because he's not
doesn't
playing
mean
a
much.
one-on-one game against me.
The
He's not
sheep
even playing a
doesn't mean much.
2v1 against me. He's playing 1 versus 2, right?
I understand it, and the best thing for Quan to do is to help me catch up to a position to be more equal to you, right? So to get out to a further.
I don't always agree with that, Billy. I know
Yeah.
that's what you think, but I don't agree with that.
Wait, what?
I have to do whatever I have to do to win.
Yeah,
I'm not trying
agreed.
to
And then
prolong the game.
so I think hurting Frank more is more important than hurting two people in this case, right? I'm in general in favor of, like, obviously what my point is, obviously hurting two people at the same time is generally more beneficial. But hurting me, like, that 5 is not so valuable to me.
I
Right.
think at a certain
And
point in the game, you're
and-
right. But early on in the very beginning,
No, even the beginning matters. The beginning matters a lot too. That's the difference too. Is like him getting that wheat. Every wheat is so valuable, right?
what
He
can
is
what
so-
can the only thing he can do with wheat that he doesn't wouldn't also need sheep for is to build cities, right?
Yeah, that's a big part.
It is a big part. He built
That's
one
huge.
city.
That's 50% more. That's
Sure, but he built one
50%
city.
more, right? Yeah, and right, we determined this, right? Even you in the moment said, "Oh well, I guess he has 11 sheep as well," right? It's not like that's his only source of sheep, right?
But
He has two
to
sources.
me,
One
yes, but
one source of wheat, right? We know that wheat is arguably the most valuable resource in all of Catan, and it's a 6. It's a better number, right? If any of these factors were a little more different, maybe we could think of it differently. But because of all that, I think it's a clear stand up. I would venture to say you ask 10 pros and 10 out of 10 would say, yeah, you solo block here. That's that is my belief.
you should post that on, I don't know where you can post it and see what people say.
Okay.
2 plus 2.
All right. So if people say that, will you actually concede? Or are you gonna be like, or are you gonna still be something like, nah, I still think I made the right choice?
I made the right choice for myself to win this game, obviously because of the results, right? That's undebatable. Now, 10 out of 10 times does it work out my way? Probably not. But I'm not playing to prolong the game and have everyone do better. I'm trying to win. So it's either swing for the fences or lose.
But that's part of
Right.
winning. By prolonging the game, by hurting whoever's in the best position to win, is giving yourself the best chance.
Which I did. I hurt him, but not as much
No.
as you wanted me to hurt him.
You hurt him, but that doesn't mean that you made the right move.
Sure, depending on the person who looks at it. From your perspective, especially because you're being blocked too, you feel that way.
No, even if I was an outsider, that's the thing is, honestly, if I was a fourth person or whatever, or I wasn't on that, in the situation, I'd say, dude, 6 is certainly the block here.
I think after a certain point in the game, I 100% agree. Early on, when I don't even know at that point if we had built more than one settlement each at that
I
point.
didn't have a settlement.
That's what I'm saying. It was so early on that I don't think
He did have a settlement.
He maybe had one, but it's still
Yeah,
close
he had a
enough that
settlement
it's
and
still
a
early enough in the game. Yeah. And I'm still going after Frank. I'm still stealing from Frank.
I understand. If you didn't steal from him, I'd be yelling at you.
Yeah. And I would completely understand that.
Well, this is kind of a lose-lose situation because you're still lecturing him anyways. So you should have just stolen it.
Wait, what?
No.
Uh,
Basically saying I might as well should have given you a good reason to yell at me since you're yelling at me anyways.
no, I understand both points. If I was in your position, Quan, I would have blocked the 5-2.
I think so too. I know Frank would have done that. Rob probably would have been more on Billy's side.
I don't know. I think Rob 50-50 on this one.
Hey, how do I take a screenshot on the Chromebook? I can't. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, it's almost like we should record this whole thing and let Rob make a decision later.
And pause it and say, "Hey, what would you do here, Rob? If you were blue, what would you do?"
Yes, I'm gonna have one guaranteed listener.
I don't know how to screenshot, Billy. To answer your question, I have no idea.
Just we'll send him the link and say, hey, what would you do?
Go to the 5-minute mark and pretend you're blue. What would you do?
That means I need to post it tomorrow
Show
morning.
windows.
Okay.
Or shift plus control plus show windows. Shift control show windows. What the heck is a show window sign? Show
No idea.
window.
Anyways, we're not playing anymore, right? We're done,
Yeah,
right?
we're done.
Cool. Hey, so did you play Magic? Or what? What's going on there?
Yeah,
Playing
we've
heads
been
up?
playing
Heads up with Connie?
playing- Yeah, a little bit, but she gets super because this is all brand new to her. She's never played any kind of card games, so I countered one of her spells, and she's like, "You can't do that." And I was like, "No, this is what the card says." She's like, "How do you know? What makes you think that you can do that?"
She's
But,
gonna
that's
email
what the
you. What
card
a surprise! Surprise! Actor? Did I
says. Are
come?
you
That's
sure that's
cool.
what it means?
That's cool. You know, it's funny though, like literally there's so many rules in forums about that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah, because there is a little wiggle room in some of the rules, which
Yeah. And there's like some meta combos and stuff that are crazy. So it's like
yeah.
it
Right
gets
now,
nuts.
honestly, the game is too complicated. They added so much stuff that's just beyond. It's not even fun anymore.
Well,
So you went out and bought magic cards?
Yeah. So
he
Connie's.
sent me a pic and I was like, oh man, I want to buy magic cards.
But we want to buy them to play because we enjoyed playing them. But there's this whole world of
yes.
collectors now that's just it's kind of crazy.
No, and it makes me sad because like I've been seeing all this stuff online with scalpers and Pokemon cards, you know?
Yep.
And it's like cards in general, like the fact that there's this crazy market driven by people who are just being predators is absolutely nuts. Like I
Yeah.
didn't feel too much sympathy for like sports card collectors because a lot of them were adults. But stuff like Pokemon is, man, like little kids want to get into that stuff and it's like messed up.
Yeah.
anyways,
So like
yeah.
as an example, there's a new Gundam card game that just came out.
Mm-hmm.
And they started selling beta boxes, which is basically like a starter deck and some booster packs. And there are
Right.
people that generally just want to play. They're not trying to
Yeah.
collect anything. They're not trying to make money. They just want to play.
Yep.
But scalpers get a hold of this information. They'll buy the boxes up as soon as they're available. And so a $60 box ends up being like $500. And it's ridiculous.
Yep. No, and it gets even worse too. Like I heard of not just cards. I heard this happens with Legos.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Lego minifigures are big too, right?
Yeah.
And they do. Billy, are your kids into this?
Into what?
Lego minifigures.
No, just like kind of.
So it's kind of like cards. You can buy packs of just minifigures, right? And they're like blind boxes, right? So now there are people who are buying card packs, boxes of minifigures, opening them, taking the valuable ones up, reselling them, and returning them on. So you think you're buying, legit stuff like at Target and normal retailers, and then you get hosed.
Yeah.
Like it's so messed up. And there's nothing that can really happen unless, retailers seriously limit, or check IDs and stuff like that, like it's nuts.
which they're trying to do, but people find ways around it.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's silly.
Yeah, I understood the card thing. I didn't realize the whole Lego thing was such a scalp commodity now too.
Yeah, it's sad.
There's a wholesome dude on like on YouTube. He's a Pokemon card dealer, and
Mhm.
people love him. He's so nice, and he gives people ridiculous trades, and he's very, very, very fair and honest with everything. And then people just send him money via YouTube all the time to like make up for it.
Oh, I think I've seen a clip of that.
His
Like
name is
literally, sometimes people will live stream and donate to give a card to somebody else, right?
yeah. So like his name is Coop, and then people bring these binders or like all these cards, but like, hey, just like give it free to like whoever.
Yeah,
But he just often just has even like graded stuff. He like
Yeah.
gives out free graded cards to people.
that's
kinda
so
crazy.
cool. That's smart on his end, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully, he's making enough on the streams.
Oh, he is. I'm just like all the donations I see is like, dude, that makes a lot for it.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not saying he's crushing it,
Yeah,
but it's just he's got this reputation and people are willing to spend there because like the people that like him, some people are like, dude, I'll just buy stuff just to support you, and I don't need a good deal. I don't need amazing deals. Like,
yeah.
so it's
It's
cool.
funny how many people, of course, they'll appreciate an amazing deal, but so many people have gotten hosed that they just want a fair deal, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I just want normal service, right? And it's just like
Yeah.
refreshing when you get it. Almost like it's
But
sad.
the other part of it is like because a lot of people are just like really small kids,
Hmm.
and what the comments love is that just like this, it's so much like shark dealers and just people trying to like maximize their profits, but he's building a community. He's giving these kids like a positive experience and a love for the cards instead of getting fleeced or not enjoying
Yeah, that's
um,
so cool.
the
Like
hobby.
I would be the kind of person that donates to that, right? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
totally. Yeah. So that guy who gave me the Serenity stuffed ship, right? Um,
The one- that
Yeah.
comment- I don't know how to respond to that.
The penis.
yeah, yeah. Like, okay, dude, I guess. um,
He's hinting
So-
at something maybe.
no, so
No,
he's
that's
another
just the
Korean
ship.
player. So there's maybe like 4 or 5 Korean players like at AJ's, right? Um, and he's on the younger side too, and so it turns out like he collects Transformers and stuff, right? And so like I gave him a couple of good deals like at cost of stuff that I had that I just wanted to thin out my inventory. And then like recently he's like, hey, do you have this? And I'm like, yeah, I have an open box. If you want it, I'll just give it to you, right? So I did. Um, I mean, for me, it's just like, oh yeah, more space in my house, right? Like I got to get rid of a lot of this stuff. And then so he came back the next time I saw him. He's like, dude, I got this for you. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. but yeah, I'm like that too. Like I could try to sell something on eBay and make what, like 1.5x or even 2x. But then I'd rather just give it to someone that I know that'll appreciate it and just make up my costs, right? So it's kind of like I totally get where that guy's coming from.
Yeah, well, because you're nice.
Yes, this is also
should-
true.
But you should just sell it if you're looking to. If you might as well.
It's kind of like that's actually a big criticism of my game there. Um, it's because I let too many people go.
Yeah,
Pretty
you
much.
probably like checkbacks like sometimes when you have the nuts.
Oh, so there are specific. There is a very big culture of checking back.
Yeah.
Heads up, right? So I always do it to the people who are in that culture.
Yeah,
but
and the
even
people
then
to
too,
get back to
like-
you. I mean, I get it.
Because like in my view, there are plenty of times where I could have gotten fleeced too, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, it's fine. But even when it's not, like sometimes I'll say, guys, hold, I have a big hand, right? Like and like literally 98% of the time they'll do that. It's usually people who aren't regulars who won't do it. But yeah, that's the biggest flaw in my game is I don't maximize my returns in a lot of the hands that I'm in. Um, so yeah, it's hard because it's like, do you want to be identified as a very good player, or do I want to be identified as like a pretty solid nice guy? And to me, that's more important. But then that also costs money, right? So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. I know I'm not playing optimal, right? So
But so you need to get rid of your stuff though. You have your
sometimes I feel like, yeah, I should probably get rid of all the other stuff out there.
just put it up on eBay. I mean, like obviously, if you want to give to some people that appreciate it, sure, like that makes sense. But you're not giving away your whole collection, right? So
No. It's like pieces every now and then
yeah,
that really don't have value to me. A lot of times it's stuff like I bought because I thought it was going to be super valuable.
yeah.
And at times, sometimes it is. And
Uh-huh.
then usually, like, yeah, I'll charge something like that. But stuff like open box stuff, it's like, no, you can take it. It's cool.
Well, if you need cash, you start selling now while you have time and need
Yeah.
cash.
Good.
I'm going
Yeah.
to collect. There's a new collector's thing at Intuit this Saturday that I'm going to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a hard life, too.
it is. But I mean, if for those people that do it, that's kind of like everything and all they do.
Yeah. But it's also a hard life, too, for those
It
guys.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, dudes. What time is it? Oh, it's
12:30.
late. 12:20. All right.
Time for you to sell some stuff if you need cash.
Huh? What? I didn't
Time
get that
for you
part.
to sell some things if you need cash.
I'm not at that point yet. I actually had I've been having a really good month so far. So
I mean, that one night was great. Apparently,
yes, that one night was great. And then I had a couple average so-so nights, and then 2 really good nights, and then 1 bad night last night. So more good than bad for sure.
Yeah, but you never know. It could change.
This is also true.
So you should just build up your bankroll with collector
Items.
money.
What do you care? You might not even be in Vegas with us.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. Well, I mean, stuff. All I'm saying is stuff. Sometimes, I mean, I sell stuff on eBay, so I know. I know exactly how it is, and sometimes it takes time. Sometimes you wanna just like sell at an auction and not get enough value out of it.